Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. So in the past 1 week, I have received many questions from our friend from worldwide. So they send me their heart rate profile, and then also they ask me to confirm, verify if they are in the union with the natural state. Did they make it? Did they do it properly? So looking at so much data here, I decide today to share with you so that you can have a big picture and the key details so that you know what will work and what will not work. This is what we call the digital era, when people know their smartphone more than their body, mind, and so forth. And you can see so many wearable try to help people to sleep, to relax, to have a higher performance, all sort of stuff. Okay, and does all this thing works? There's a huge question there. Okay, and that's why I want to share with you on the contents of what I want to share with you today. This is critical. Okay, one must understand this, otherwise it's doubtful to get result. You know, people can make claim. So whatever I'm going to share with you is at least more than 15,000 hours of my life living in it. Okay, and because I love to do engineering works, I love to find things out. Not for say look at everything is business, making money and those kind of things. Just find things out. Okay, that is one thing I love to do. So today I like to share with you on the following, especially for the Wing Chuners friends here, so you see what exactly it is. And what I'm going to share with you is the entire the platform of the Chinese technology. Doesn't matter, it's Taoist, Confucians, Buddhist, martial arts. It is have this platform of traditional Chinese medicines. Okay, violating this, what the ancients said. Okay, I want you to be really careful here. What I'm going to present to you is not what Hendrik create. I just present it, make it in the systematic way. Okay, so let's start with it. Okay, let's start with, we're talking about traditional Chinese martial arts. Okay, since I know that many of our friends here is trained in, you know, like me, trained in Wing Chun and different Chinese martial arts, and Qigong and meditation and so forth. And some is Buddhist, some is Taoist. So let's start with the traditional Chinese martial arts, and then we get to what I like to share with you today. Okay. Now, traditional Chinese martial arts, it has two parts. One part is, you know, as we know, is the self-defense. Okay, because the Chinese doesn't like to talk about fighting. Even the martial, this is mean stop fighting, using fighting to stop fighting. Okay, so this is the self-defense or the handling of your enemy part. Okay. So this handling of the enemy part. And then this part, there is a part which is, okay, this part is in Mandarin 强身, 养生, 治病. This is for strengthening the body, maintain the body, or healing the body. Okay. So, the uniqueness of a traditional Chinese martial art is, if it's a complete martial art, you get this part. Okay. You get this part of the thing. And over here, of the self-defense parts, which I already presented really thoroughly, the soul of the defense part is the handling of momentum. And every style have their different type of momentum signature. And that is supported by different type of strength, or Jing in Chinese. Okay. So for example, Wing Chun have Wing Chun's momentum signature. And thus Wing Chun have that say inch power, which is supporting the Wing Chun momentum signature. That is different than Tai Chi, because Tai Chi have their momentum signature and their different type of strength, which is supporting the Tai Chi. So you can think about it as like Western boxing, have a Western boxing signature, momentum signature, is supported by one type of the different type of the strength, okay, or force, compared with Judo, which is different type of momentum, and Judo have different type of strength. So this is this part. And today we want to talk about this part, okay? Because this part, this video was the first video to share with you what happened, how is the thing executed so that you can get result in a systematic and objective way, scientific way, or engineering way. So you know the processes and you know what is the key point there. This is very important now because we live in the digital era where everybody is working really hard. There are many Wing Chun friends who works with me, and I see many people is working really hard. Doesn't matter it is a CEO in the Silicon Valley or it is handyman somewhere in the third world country. We are in an era which is, if we don't take care of ourselves, it is a chaos situation and it will be a disaster when the year will come down, the year ahead. Okay, that's why what I'm going to share with you today is extremely important. Now, I have this system, which I call it human operating system, which is at first I architect it so that I can put it into the artificial intelligence to help human. Okay, and of course you can make money, right? But making money is not the issue. The issue is we are in an era that we need to know what we are doing as a human. Okay, so let's look at this part. This part, you know, can watch my video, previous video. Just look at this part. Okay, now, so So this part, the key words is momentum, right? And in this part, the key word is union with the nature. In the self-defense or fighting or whatever we want to talk about it, if you don't handle the momentum, then you have nothing. In the strengthen the body, maintain the body, healing, if one cannot union with the nature and get response, then one have no handling of this part at all. Okay, that's how serious is it. So you can boil down, if you want to learn how to fight, you need to handle the momentum. You want to learn how to take care of your body or strengthen your body, you need to learn about the union with the nature. So make it this simple, this clear. Two terms, momentum and union with the nature. Okay? Always ask, do I get result from this? Okay? Now, one thing I like to share with you is this. In the development of traditional Chinese martial art, it doesn't matter it's internal art, which people today use as a label buzzword, or external art, or hard art, or soft art. It doesn't matter what people label their art. We know, the Chinese know, okay, it exists that there are many practices in traditional Chinese martial art, disregard of your internal, external, soft and hard, which is damaging the body. Yes, damaging the body. So don't take it like, oh, this guy practice soft art and internal art, and that is good for your health. Forget about it. Okay? For example, those who say, I want to put my intention, okay, put my intention on my lower abs and those kind of stuff, or the micro, cosmic, running, all this visualization, those are problematic, because sometimes people like to achieve some result, some short-term result or some sensation, then they do those kind of practice. But what is a long-term side effect? Actually, the researcher, the real practitioners, the real master in China know about it. That's why always they say, well, after 40 plus years old, you don't want to touch this type of training. Okay, you don't want to fa jing. Even the internal art guys say after 40 years old, you don't want to fa jing. And you just look around, how many grandmaster has to replace or doing surgery job on their knees and all kinds of stuff. Okay, not to mention if you are like me, who is born diabetic type 1, that thing we cannot afford to practice. So put that in mind, okay? Not just follow things. That's why I want to explain you what is happening here today in the systematic way. So once for all, you get this video, you study this, you know what exactly it is. Whatever violating this, what in the Chinese do, stop it. It doesn't matter which grandmaster, which style or anything. Okay? Now, disregard of what you do. You say, well, I want to practice Zen Buddhism, or esoteric Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism, or Mahayana Buddhism, or I'm practicing Taoism. meditations, or I practice 6 healing sounds for heal my body. The issue is one need to know this. In order to practice those stuff, that come with process steps. Because this physical body, this mind and so forth need to be conditions, to be trained, to be undo, or to be understood, or to be experienced in the following sequence. If you miss the sequence, forget about it. You will not get a repeatable and quality result. That's for sure. This is the big data of 1,000 years of Chinese practice. So the first thing you want to deal with is your physical body. The second is the mind. The third is the breathing. The fourth is the energy, or now we can talk about like your body energy, you know, like your oxygen and so forth, and the diet and so forth, plus the autonomic nervous systems. And then you're going down there is what? Your blood vessel. Your blood vessels. Your body's biochemistry. Okay, and then the last one, this is the entire energy of the body. Okay, the entire energy of the body, like people talk about this, you have this Qi in advance where it's life force, okay, those kind of stuff. So this is life force. Now, the issue is here. The issue is that if this is not going like that, you're not going to get result. Okay? The sequence. Okay? And then there is the process. So in Chinese they say you need to have the Gong Fa, the methods, the method, the process method of you want to achieve something. The second thing, you need to have a 次第. 次第 meaning level, steps. Okay? So 功法 meaning that, say if I want to loosen up my body, then I need to let my body open up by itself, and then it will loosen up. I need a way of doing that. Okay? Say as in my book, the meditation matrix, or the basic Wing Chun art and science. The Gong Fa is you lay down there, let your body open up before you can experience loose. Otherwise you don't know what is loose. Okay? So that is the Gong Fa. And then the 次第, the level is, first you must have the response of your body open up. Only then you know what is loose. And then only then you can go up to different steps, okay? So that's with the physical body, that one, okay? The single, this one, and each have different, okay? And then you have to have the 相应, meaning response. So like in my meditation matrix books, okay? Or in the Wing Chun, the basic Wing Chun art and science. You lay down there, just don't do anything. And then, if you lay down there, don't do anything, you just let it be for 5 minutes. Your body will open up if you follow the instructions, okay? That is called response. Now you know, oh yeah, my body opened up, my joints open up, okay? So you need to have the process, the proper process. You need to know the level, you need to know, is it response now? You have the feedback. You know that you are in that state. This is very different than, okay, oh, you need to be loose. Well, you tell me what is loose. Everybody have their mind thinking of different loose. So what is loose? Well, in the reality, it is an action bring you to the state. When we say about the joint open, if you follow the instruction in the book, you will feel that joint open up. Okay? It untie and it open up. So this need to be known. Okay? Now, so you have to go through 1, 2, 3, going down here to achieve something, to get result something. And you say, if somebody say, well, I want to handle my qi, well, will one be able to handle this? 1, 2, 3. If one not be able to handle this, one cannot get into what we call the Xing Si. Okay, let me write here. If one cannot get into, get up to this breathing handling, one will not be able to get to what the Chinese call Xing Xi Xiang Yi. This Buddha style is all the same. Xing Xi Xiang Yi is your mind and your breathing become union, become one. If you cannot get into that, forget about all this chi stuff, all just talk monkey business. You can visualize as you want. You're just playing with sensations. You don't know what exactly it is. Now, if you want to heal your body, say we are sick, and this is, I want people to pay special attention to this. I've been in many places in this world in Asia. If one want to heal one's body from the sickness, the minimum way one need to get into Xing Si Xiang Yi. Otherwise, there's not much result there. Until you get there, you will not be able to handle many things like your autonomic nervous systems and your oxygen intake. You cannot go up here to the energy. Okay? In fact, you couldn't even do deep rest as you need. Like I want to rest now. My body cannot take it. Yesterday, for example, if last night I don't sleep well, I only sleep 2 hours. And right now my body, my heartbeat and all things going chaos, and I know I'm tired, I want to have a deep rest. If you don't have this training, you cannot get in there. Okay? That is guaranteed. Now if you want to talk about Samadhi, Samadhi is beyond these blood vessels. Because in order to change one, to transform one's body, to get into those so-called enlightenment state, one's blood vessel, body hormones, and the biochemistry is changing, is transforming after a long term of conditioning. Okay? That is the fact. Okay? So I give you this big picture. Disregard how you say your esoteric Buddhism or Taoism. You want to get into the alchemist of the ancient art. The minimum you need this, and that is just the beginning. Meaning that you can handle your autonomic system, you can get into the natural resonance, and you can union with the nature. But that's still no guarantee, because the next level is you have to be able to influence your blood, your hormones, your body chemistry, your blood vessels. Well, you look at me spending 15,000 hours in this thing at least. I get diabetic type 1. So how can I influence it? it is at this level. Diabetic type 1 is at this level. Accord with the Buddhism, with Taoism, Chinese traditional Chinese medicines, meditations, I have to get to here just to regulate it. If I want to get the diabetic type 1, the hormones and insulin issue, well, if before I die, I can do it, I'll tell you how to do it. But you can see how is reality on this thing. So don't believe on anything which is not following this. Life is not shortcut. Development, transformation take a long time. Okay? With the proper process, proper method process, proper understand the level and the response or the feedback. Otherwise, one have no idea what one is doing. Okay? Now, put that in your mind, okay? Now, we live in an era of really partial. We really don't see the full world these days because of all this digital stuff. Well, maybe you can blame me too, because I'm one in the Silicon Valley. I'm one for past 30 years contribute to all this technology and all this kind of stuff, faster network and so forth, so forth. The issue is, right now the worldview of most people is a view of this is the world and this is intellect. Okay, this is intellect. As soon as I have information, as soon as I have technology, as soon as I have I be able to argue, okay, argue like a lawyer, got nothing to do with is that thing is a facts or not. I just argue. As soon as I'm winning the argue, I'm the guy. And then there's my way. I want to do it my way. Okay. So we are living in the world like that. It's what I call the intellect world. Now everybody thinking, well, I have this information, I have this technical, I have this money, and I want to do it my way. Sure. If you look around, even the top founder CEO in Silicon Valley, they can have all of this. But when the time, they have to wait for their time to pass away in the, say, 6-star hospital. They cannot do a thing with it. Okay? Because this is the world. We live only for what? The most usually general 70 years. But we think that we're gonna live forever, okay? This is just a bubble for 70 years for us, anyone. And this world is also called a self-centered. Self-centered. A self-centered world. Okay? You can see people arguing, debating philosophy here. One of the things you can see is that you just go to the forum and look at people arguing Buddhism, Zen Buddhism philosophy. This guy said this way, that guy said that way, and then everybody claim that they're enlightenment. But wait a minute, sir. You guys are all living in this intellect world bubble. And that's why if you're keeping live here, you are no way know what is the natural world. Okay, so if you don't know the right natural world, you do not be able to get into the natural world. Then remember we talk about the enter into the natural state of the mind, the body, and so forth. There's no way you can get there. Okay. So the world is like this. The real world is like this. This is your intellect world. This is the natural world. So intellect world is within natural world. Okay? And now most of us is living here and we thinking we can do everything with this, ignoring the natural world. Okay? So now we got a problem. And in today's world, you can see all kinds of what I call the quick fix or partial solution. Okay? You can see this all around the world. Okay? Let me share with you this thing, okay? So these people are living in the intellect world. And they think that they can control everything. Because the entire world is just intellect, okay? And then the marketing and everything bombarded out is only this. Okay? Like, you know, you can control everything so forth. The number one a quick fix is something called mindfulness. Mindfulness meditations, mindfulness this and mindfulness that. And then it just teach you thinking that you have to concentrate, you have to as soon as you concentrate, you're counting your breath, or you're scanning you're scanning your body, then you can get this mindfulness state, like the Buddha. Well, sorry, Buddha didn't say that. Okay, Buddha didn't say that. So, what they ignore? They ignore the energy. They ignore the energy contents and the energy development needed. Because mindfulness actually, the bottom line, you need energy to support that human health and energy. As I always mention, if you read the Buddha's story, at one point, the Buddha, before enlightenment, know that if he didn't eat some food or drink some milk, he's not be able to proceed on. So think about it. If so-called mindfulness, meditation, all this stuff is as what it is, the Buddha don't have to drink that milk from the boy or the girls who give it to him. Okay? So the bottom line is, this type of stuff, when you ignore the energy, how can it be? Different people, you and me are different. Our health condition is different. Our diet is different. Our oxygen intake is different. That is energy part. If you don't deal with this and you say, well, I want to have mindfulness, and always when one do not be able to explain things, they get the spiritual and the myth stuff in. Well, that just only show one thing. The guy who talk about this and coined this thing up have no idea, do not have a real attainment on like the process steps I show you, you know, all get into be able to transform the blood vessel, the body chemistry, and going to the Samadhi level or Dhyana level. They don't. Okay? So then you can get into what? Scientific university research. And then you skew. Selectively, you take the result. That's what happened. Look at it. Okay? That's one thing. The second thing is somehow like in the Silicon Valley. And I know many PhD student who's coming to the Silicon Valley and want to work, and then they start to have this thinking, I want to be expert in the field so that I can be superstar, I can make a lot of money. And they say, you know what, I'm going to prolong, take a long focus time, say spend 4 hours on this thing every day, on this thing I want to study, you know, so that I become the expert. High performer in the Silicon Valley, you know, so that they be able to success. Well, working 4 hours every day, focus sounds good, but you know what they ignore? They ignore the health part. I know many CEOs, founders, top design engineer, gurus. I work with them. I work for them. They all have pretty good health. If they don't, by 40, 50 years old or 60 years old, then things start to come up. Okay? So long hours of work, focus on concentration. You want to spend 10,000 on that thing? Like us, like me. Always before the chips come back from the fab, I usually don't sleep. And when the chips come back, I don't sleep for so many nights because I need to check all the chips, make sure it's okay and so forth. The silicon is all kind of stuff. Well, I can do it when I'm 30, 40 years old. Now I cannot do it anymore. My body just doesn't work. Okay? So, there's another thing which is you're thinking using your mind focus, mindfulness, you can get that. But if you don't take care of your health, you cannot get that. And then you can have a Qigong. The Qigong. Everybody say, well, I practice Zhanzhuang standing there. I practice this type of Qigong, that type of Qigong. Then what they do? They mimic things. Have they ever get into union? No. Look at all this Qigong teaching. Did they talk about union? If you cannot get the union, even the first level to the physical body, how the hell do you get anything up? Well, it become like a religion or cult. Why? Because I believe I feel really good. It's like those, when I was young, I'm reading a lot of things. Like there are many so-called self-healing stuff, self-healing groups. People who have cancer or anything go down there, join the group, and then every time when they meet, they say, oh, you look good, you look good. Well, in fact, that the Western doctor tell them, hey, you need to go to hospital because your reading, your biomarkers show that you are getting worse. Okay? That's what it is. And then you have the internal art who said loose. You need to be loose, but doesn't know, as why I said that the processes of it. Have no idea how to handle the breathing of it. How can you have internal art? You say, well, I want to fa jing, I want to have this magic power. What if you cannot even breathe with your body? And your body cannot even open up. How can you do that? So I just follow this grandmaster. I have this good relationship with this grandmaster. This is a secret set of form. Forget about it. Even the secret form or the grandmaster, the real grandmaster will show you process steps as I explained to you before. Okay? Now, and then it comes to the breath work. Okay, the breath work is like, if you breathe this way, you can control your autonomic systems. You can relax, control this. Well, is that true? Well, you can control your autonomic nervous system, but however, if you ignore the biochemistry of your body, it's not going to work. Okay? Why? You just look at anybody if their body chemistry already raised up. Okay? There are different levels of the body chemistry reaction in the body. At certain level, there's breathing and everything, that type of control thing will not going to work. Okay? So that is just a quick fix. Well, in the entertainment way, you can say, well, I can relax myself. Say for example, somebody say that they can show you that they can lower the blood pressure with breathing. Okay, so before they do the breathing, the blood pressure is high. After that, they do the breathing, blood pressure is low. What do you want to take that? Well, I suggest don't take that. Why? Because your blood pressure is still high, and whatever going down for that minutes or so, it's just going down for a minute, and then when you stop doing that breathing, it's coming back up. So every day you're living with a high blood pressure, and that's going to damage your body. Okay? Now, the guy using the Qigong to actually lowering their blood pressure has to get into the union. To the minimum, they have to practice 2 hours in that union state of, I said, the breathing and the mind synchronize a union state. They stay there for 2 hours for 3 months minimum to get result. And even after that, they have to constantly doing it, so that their body can transform back, their blood vessel and so forth can transform back, if it is not to an advanced level yet. It's just like we are aging. Those things, if you get into the mind and breathing, synchronize the level, you probably can delay your aging, but you still die. Hey, even Buddha died. Okay, so even the top Qigong grandmaster at old age might get stroke. That's reality. Okay, so we are facing people's burnout anxiety today. This thing will this thing I'm talking about will fix it? No, because burnout or anxiety, nervousness, all these are multiple variable issue, like our mindset, okay, and our breathing or our diet, all kinds of stuff. It's just not single one. Oh, you just get a meditation applications by grandmaster or monk, search and search with your smartphone, and then you will heal that thing. Forget about it. You do 10 minutes of a meditation, you think you can build that? No, because the entire system, your 4 core elements, okay, which is I put it here, your body, your mind, your breathing, your autonomic, habitual, and all kinds of stuff is already long-term condition, so that's why you always get into the burnout state. Okay. So in order to solve that, one need to have a holistic view. One need to be able to get to here. One need, so this is the intellect world. This is the natural world. One need to learn to get from the intellect world to the natural world. to get back here so that the natural can run by itself, okay? Or naturally balance the body, the mind, the energy, and so forth. And it is multi-dimensional. It's not, oh, I just concentrate on my breathing. It's not true, okay? Reality, you need to actually verify it with scientific. Not just, hey, I'm the grandmaster. I sit down there and then, you know, just measure me, you know, see, I practice this is good. Well, forget about it. Which is, I always challenge people. When people told me how good they are Qigong, I said, if you have my body, diabetic type 1 body, do you think what you do will work? How far do you think you can go? Okay. So this thing you can verify scientifically. Okay. Now, so in order to have this strengthening of the body, or the maintaining of the body, or the healing, one need to deal holistically with the physical body, the mind, the breathing, the energy, which is to say your oxygen, and then your autonomic nervous system, and then going downwards, this is the biochemistry, the blood vessels, and then this is only energy, and this is you going down to Samadhi or meditation, deep Samadhi level. So even if you just want to have a deep rest, you have to be able to go this far, this deep rest at will. Okay? That's what reality is. Now, let's talk about just the physical element, and then the mind element, and the breathing element. You know, I have this class which is I taught when I see people interest, and it's not my business. I just when I have fun with it, you know, teaching people, you know, because I want them to get union and be able to enter into the natural resonance. Anybody who take that class know that at the beginning I ask them to lock down what they eat, their diet, and then stop every 2 hours to examine themselves and all kind of stuff. Okay, so you have diet, okay, and then their rest and sleep. Okay, I let them lock the thing down. Okay, and why? Because in order to get into the natural resonance or the natural state, all this is important. Okay, it is multiple variable. You cannot say, you know what, I want to learn how to enter into resonance states, and I ignore this thing. I ignore my sleeping, I ignore my diet, and I just do whatever I want. Okay, I want to learn. Many people do that. Well, Henrik, I don't want to take the full course. I just want to learn how to natural resonance with my physical body. I said, okay, I sign you up. Why? Because it's not going to get result. You are not wanting to get from your intellect world to the natural world to know yourself. You want to manipulate things in here. So if you don't have a proper diet, say for example, when you have a full stomach, can you get into the deep rest state? You can. If you have full stomach, hey, your digestion system is working out. How can you do that? Say if you have sex for 5 hours, you say want to get to the deep rest state where, you know, I have mindfulness. Can you get there? Forget about it. Your body need rest. You just cannot do it. Okay? So that is the physical. And when you come to the mind, people sometimes say, well, I have mindful this, mindful that, and so forth. You need to know the mind has 4 functions. Your mind has 4 functions. Which one are you activating? What is habitually come up? Is that function drain your energy? In my human operating system class, people found out many times that their mind keeping running. And some might say, well, you better go take get a notebook every day, write down whatever, let this mind, because we live in a society that we want to be responsible. The good worker is the one who worried the most because they say, well, I don't want to forget this. So I say, well, get a notebook to do that, for example. You need to know which one pops up, okay? And also you need to know the mindsets. The obedient kids have the obedient kid mindset. Say for example, if somebody screw up something in the company, they feel really guilty. That is a mindset. And that guilty is going to trigger different biochemistry in their body. And even influence their heart rate if you don't sleep. So that's the mindsets. So even if you learn the process and the techniques of how to get your mind into awareness, into natural resonance, if you don't take care of your mindset, you don't know what happened, how your mind autopilot, you will turn it into another manipulation. Like the guy say, you know what, you see, my blood pressure is like this, I do a breathing exercise, and then you see it become like this. Well, what good is that? You just patch it up. You didn't really solve the issue. Same with breathing. You look at the breathing patterns. Everybody thinking they know breathing, but breathing have a different type of breathing there. Like as I explained in the meditation matrix and the basic Wing Chun books. Why I show you this book? Why? It's because now it is a $0 if you are Amazon Prime. So go read it, okay? That is intended for education because you need the education, okay? And do you know that many high level executive stop breathing? Let me tell you, many executive, if they take the human operating system class, they found out they stop breathing when they are in the meeting. They just freeze. Okay? So this is the reality. This is all need to be solved. There's no magic there. It's step by step. You have to find out what is the issue. Okay, so you need to find out what is the problem here, and then this is the intellect world. You need to return that thing back to the natural world. So why is the executive people is freeze their breathing? For some of the reason. What the reason is in this intellect world, the idea is if I screw this up, that's very bad. So when they face with something, it get into the habit of freeze breathing. I just freeze it, stop everything. Try to stop the whole world. So that I can have control. Because I want to control it. So I stop breathing. Okay? So all this thing, that's why in my human operating system class, I get people to do this before I show them how to get into the natural resonance. Why? If you don't know where is, like the Buddha said, if you don't know where is your enemy come, how can you face it? How can you solve it, dissolve it? You can. Okay? So the idea is to get back into the natural world. The idea is know the habit in the intellect world which we all have, and get here with the process. That is what it is on the traditional Chinese martial art or Qigong or all this thing on strengthening the body, maintain the body and healing. You have to straighten this up. Okay? And it takes times. So, to conclude for you, nature is not for manipulations. Nature is nature. As I told all my students in the human operating system class, it doesn't matter, this is serious, it doesn't matter they are executive in the Silicon Valley or handyman in the third world country. I tell them one thing, you follow instruction or you're out. Why? Am I have a big ego? No. Because there's a natural there. You're learning things. You want to get back to natural. If you don't follow the natural way, you're playing God, you're not going to get result. Why do I want to waste my time, and why do you want to waste your time on that? Okay? So this is what I like to share with you today. Okay, you train in Wing Chun, so forth, Xiu Lim Tao, so forth. If anybody told you about Xiu Lim Tao, about this internal, it has to fit this man. You can, again, I don't want anybody to trust me. Just go check in the Chinese big data, visit all the Sifu who can really get things done. Maybe you spend, you're smarter than me, you spend 10,000 hours in it and see whether what I tell you here is true or not. And by the way, I developed this at first is thinking that, you know, I want to start a company using AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning and so forth, big data to help people, because there's no such thing in the world today can doing this. Most people is manipulative stuff or partial or quick fix. And after a while, when I look at so many people, so many friends, burn out and everything, I said, man, I really don't want to make the money. Like, you know, collect $50 or $30 every month from you. I rather to teach you one time. And I rather that this thing maybe teaching to the college, make it a standard education for the college kids or the high school kids. Because they're going to face a world which is really, really hectic. Well, big deal if I can be as rich as Steve Jobs. I die anyway, right? But how about those kids? How about your kids? How about my kids? How about your grandson? How about my grandson? How are they going to live if trapped in this intelligent world? Oh, you take these drugs. Oh, you manipulate this way. And there's no end about it because the problem never solved. What you need to sleep, you don't sleep. And then you wait until that no rest, damaging the body until the point of not reversible. Then you have to take drugs, you have to do this. What good is that? And I do understand, talking with many pharmaceutical people, they always say that, and even doctor, you know, the good one, the research one, they're good people. They're good people in medical field and so forth. They say, you know, Henrik, I think we like this human operating system, because I think if they take the medicine and then they watch their life, they are living this way, then it can get best result. The medicine provide good result, and the patient have good result. I said, you know, by the way, I just quote the name human operating systems. I don't invent this. Go check into the Chinese 1,000 years of data. That's where the thing come from. I'm not the grandmaster. I'm not not those superstar, in the field. I'm just spending all this time going through it, and then I tell you what it is. So today, with 1 hour, I give you all these things. Okay, if you want to study Buddhism or meditations or internal art, this is the guideline. Anything violate this and get into the manipulations, you know what type of result you will get. If you can get to the natural, you know what kind of result you can get. So this is to share with you today. Okay, hopefully this can help you, because the world is not about money. Money is very important, but the contributions to help everybody is more important than that money. As my teacher, late Venerable Xuan Hua, the Zen patriarch, he told us, think contribution, don't think money. In his word, he said this: America is a rich country. You want a few $1 million here and there, there's no issue. But you don't want to think that money. You want to think contribution. What do you contribute to the country, to the people, and to the world? So this is for you.